We're going to take a look at how you can log time in Ravetree. So you'll notice that right now we're looking at work items, and I could just click here on one of my assigned work items and just start up the timer. And the timer will show that it's running here, but it will also show up here at the top. So if you navigate to a different page, it's really easy to see that you're logging time. Now, there may be cases where you intended to start logging time, but you forgot. So maybe you went into a meeting, you're supposed to log time, and it's already 10 minutes into the meeting. So all you have to do is just click here, or on this timer, let's do it here, click edit, and it opens up the time form. You'll notice that the timer is still running, but we can make an adjustment at this point. So let's just say I should have started this at 4 o'clock. Okay, so we do that, and notice it automatically updated the time. The timer is still running again, and we could click save. So everything's fine. And you can see it updated there. Now, when you stop a timer, it will log it as an actual time log entry. So we'll do that now. And we can click here, and this will show everything that we have logged time against for this current week. Now, you could go back to previous weeks if you need to. You could go back this way. But you'll notice this was the item that I had just logged time against. The timer's cleared out. I could start the timer back up. This might be something that I'll come back to multiple times throughout the day or throughout the week. Now, as an alternative, if you don't prefer to run the timers, you could just simply create a time log entry. You could do that by clicking here, and this will open up the time form, and you could just say 1 hour. You could say you could actually spell out hour, or you could do like 100, an hour and 15 minutes. So there's a lot of ways you can enter time. It's pretty forgiving. In fact, if you hover right here, this will show all the accepted formats. Now, another way to access this form is to just click here, time, you get the same form. Now, another option is to go to the timesheet, and there's two ways to access the timesheet. One is to click here and go to timesheet. Another option is to go over to accounting and then go to time logs. And the reason we call it time logs is there are actually two different views. So right now we're looking at the table view, and if we click here, we can access the timesheet view. Now, you may not have permissions to see the table view, so if you don't see it, that's why. Likewise, you may not have permission to see the company timesheet. If we click on that, you can see that over here. So just be aware of that. But we're going to go back and just look at this user's individual timesheet. And there you go. You can see that item that we had logged time against. We can expand this out, and you can see that we've got that time log entry. Now, if we go back, let's just go back here to this week, and you can see that we have 4 different items that we had logged time against. And then we've got 3 time log entries against this item. And when I say this item, you may say, well, there's 4 things here. Really what we're doing is we're showing the work item, which was inside of that project, which happened to be linked to a retainer for that client. So we're kind of providing you with all of the information so you can easily know the thing that you're logging time against, because you might have multiple work items with the same name. So this will kind of help clarify that for you. And you'll notice down here, we just simply have a work item in a project. There's no client associated with this, and it's not in a retainer. Now, the individual time log entries that we see here, you can edit those if you need to. Just click there and do edit. We will show if it's billable or not. We can also see that it has been approved. Now, there is the option to have time logs auto approved. So your company may have it set up differently than here. So you may see that some of these are not approved, if that's the case. And then we've got the timer, and then we can see here that we've got a time log entry. So this is letting us know how we entered that time. And if you want to enter time directly from the timesheet, you could just start the timer, or you could click right here to create a time log entry.